Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like there was something different about your eyes? Maybe they looked brighter, deeper, or as if an inner energy had awakened. Perhaps others have commented that there was something special about your eyes, something that drew them in, or even felt like you could see into their souls. None of this is a coincidence. Our eyes are not just our instruments for seeing the physical world, but also our windows to the spiritual world. When a major spiritual awakening occurs, the eyes are one of the first parts of our body to respond. It is not simply a biological change, but a powerful signal from your solar sign that you are entering a new phase of consciousness. In many spiritual traditions, the eyes have always been considered the windows to the soul. Enlightened masters, prophets, and awakened souls often possess a special gaze that can move the heart, transmit powerful energy, or make the person looking at it feel like they are facing the ultimate truth. And here's the important thing. If your eyes begin to undergo mysterious changes that you can't explain, it could be a sign that your soul is awakening strongly. These signs are not something random or accidental, but a kind of language of the universe, helping you realize that you are on the right track on your spiritual journey. So how can you know for sure? Look for special signs in your eyes, because they are the clearest signals of spiritual awakening that you can recognize right away. Here are 5 important signs to look out for. If you notice one or more of these signs, it means you are embarking on a journey of great awakening that very few people get to experience. Get ready, because what you are about to discover could completely change the way you see yourself and the world around you. Sign number 1. Your eyes begin to sense energy, not just objects. There are moments in your life when you feel something is changing, but you can't put it into words. Everything around you seems to become clearer, not just visually, but energetically. You don't just see people, things, or spaces, you perceive them in a whole new way. This is not your imagination. Your eyes are changing, becoming sensitive to previously invisible waves. If you find that you are beginning to sense energy instead of just seeing objects, it could be the first sign of a major spiritual awakening. Spiritual eyes are activating. In spirituality, the eyes are not simply tools for seeing the physical world. They are also gateways to higher levels of consciousness. When an awakening occurs, your vibrational frequency changes and your eyes begin to pick up new signals of sensitivity that goes beyond the limits of normal vision. These changes can manifest in a variety of ways. Light becomes brighter, colors more vibrant. You may feel that sunlight, streetlights, or even the light from your phone screen seems brighter than usual. Colors become deeper, sharper, as if you are seeing the world through a new lens. Begin to see auras around people or objects. This may be a sign that you are becoming aware of the aura's vibrational field that surrounds all living things. Feel the energy of others just by looking. You don't need someone to tell you how they feel. Just by looking into their eyes, you can feel the truth that lies deep within. Lies, sadness, joy, or even unspoken thoughts become more apparent. Animals or children react differently to your gaze. Some people notice that young children stare at them for longer periods of time, or that animals seem strangely drawn to their presence. None of these changes are accidental. As your spirit expands, your eyes undergo a corresponding transformation. They are no longer just tools for observing the physical world, but sensors of the soul, receiving and reflecting the energy around them. This may feel confusing or even overwhelming at first. Don't worry, though it's a sign that you're on the right track. But this awakening doesn't stop there. The next sign is even more powerful. Your eyes begin to attract synchronicities and spiritual reflections, sending you mysterious messages from the universe. Sign number 2. Your eyes attract synchroning and spiritual reflections. You might have noticed something strange lately. People seem to be staring at you longer than usual. Strangers lock eyes with you, and for a moment it feels like there's an unspoken understanding, like they see something in you that even you don't fully understand yet. It's not just your imagination. When your spiritual awakening begins, your eyes start to draw in energy, and not just any energy. They become magnets for synchronicity, reflections, and hidden messages from the universe. At first, it might seem like a series of odd coincidences. You keep glancing at the clock at exactly 11:11, 2:22, or 3:33. You catch your reflection in the mirror and, for a split second, feel like you're looking at someone else, a deeper version of yourself, more aware, more knowing. Sometimes you even see a subtle glow in your own eyes, something you never noticed before. And then there are the interactions with others. People who've never met you before are drawn to your gaze, sometimes to the point where it feels unsettling. They might start conversations with you out of nowhere, revealing personal things about their lives as if they've known you forever. And then there's that eerie feeling when you see your reflection in a window or a mirror, and for a brief moment it doesn't quite look like just you anymore. These aren't random events. They're signs that your perception is shifting. As your frequency rises, your eyes start resonating at a different level. They pick up hidden patterns in reality, and in turn they reflect those patterns back into the world. You might notice how animals react to your gaze differently now. A dog that usually barks at strangers suddenly stops and just stares at you. A child looks into your eyes and smiles like they recognize something familiar in you. Some people might even feel uncomfortable under your gaze because your eyes have begun to see past the surface, and that can be unsettling for those who aren't ready to face their own truths. At this point, you may start questioning what's really happening. Why are your eyes affecting the world around you in this way? The truth is, your vision is no longer limited to the physical. Your consciousness is expanding, and your eyes are acting as a bridge between dimensions, picking up signals, symbols, and messages that weren't visible to you before. And here's where it gets even more profound, because as your awakening deepens, something even more mysterious starts to happen. Your eyes don't just absorb energy, they begin to radiate it. They start to hold light in a way they never have before. And when people look into them, they feel something powerful. Some feel peace, some feel exposed, but no one walks away unaffected. Sign number 3. Your eyes start holding a light, and others can feel it. At first, you might think it's just a trick of the light. Maybe the sun is hitting your face at a certain angle, or maybe you're just imagining things. But then, it keeps happening. You catch your reflection in a mirror, a window, even a darkened screen, and your eyes seem to glow in a way they never did before. It's subtle, but undeniable. There's a depth, a light, something alive behind them, and when others look into your eyes, they feel it too. Some people will be drawn in, mesmerized, as if they can sense something powerful radiating from you. Others will avoid eye contact altogether, as if looking into your eyes makes them uncomfortable. This is no accident. As you awaken, your eyes start to hold a different kind of energy, one that goes beyond the physical. In spiritual traditions across cultures, there's a belief that the eyes are gateways to the soul. And when the soul begins to expand, when your frequency begins to rise, the eyes become a beacon of that transformation. It's not just about how others see you. It's about what you start seeing too. Colors look more vibrant, as if the world has turned up the saturation. Sunsets seem deeper, richer, almost like the sky is speaking to you. You might notice flickers of movement in your peripheral vision, as if something just passed by, but when you turn to look, there's nothing there. At night, when you look up at the stars, they seem to shimmer differently, like they're pulsing in rhythm with something unseen. You might even feel a strange but beautiful sensation, as if the universe itself is aware of you, watching you back. And then, one day, something unexpected happens. You're looking at someone, maybe a friend, a stranger, even someone you just met, and they suddenly pause. They blink. Their face shifts slightly, as if they've just realized something, and then they say it. Your eyes, there's something different about them. They might not be able to explain it, but they feel it, because when they look into your eyes, it's not just you looking back at them anymore. It's your soul, your awareness. You're light, fully awakened and fully present. This is the moment when you realize your transformation is no longer just happening inside you. It's radiating out into the world, through your eyes, through your presence, through the energy you carry. And from this point on, nothing will ever be the same. Sign number 4. Your eyes begin to see through illusions and hidden truths. You start noticing something strange about the way people react to you. It's not just about their words, it's in their expressions, their body language, the way they hesitate before speaking. Some seem drawn to you, as if they feel an unspoken connection. Others seem nervous, even uneasy, like they're afraid you'll see something in them they don't want to reveal. And maybe that's exactly what's happening. Because suddenly, you can't ignore the energy behind people's words. When someone smiles at you, you feel whether it's genuine or forced. When someone speaks, you don't just hear the words, they carry weight, and you can sense the truth behind them. Even when no one says a word, you can pick up on what's left unspoken. It's as if a filter has been lifted, and now you're seeing everything as it truly is. You walk into a room and instantly sense if there's tension lingering in the air. When you make eye contact with someone, you know whether they're at peace or carrying something heavy. You might even start seeing flashes of emotion, color, or movement around people, like an unseen layer of energy revealing itself to you. This isn't your imagination. It's a sign that your inner vision is activating. Sign number 5. Your eyes become portals of telepathic and non-verbal communication. At first, you might dismiss it as coincidence. Maybe you think you're just imagining things, but then it happens again and again. Patterns begin to emerge, subtle yet undeniable. The way people react to you, the way your perception of the world is shifting. Even the way certain objects, symbols, and reflections seem to appear at just the right moment, carrying a message only you seem to understand. And the most mysterious part? It's all happening through your eyes. Mirrors, for example, start feeling different. Have you ever caught your own reflection and felt, for a fleeting moment, that it wasn't just an image of you, but something more? As if there was a depth there, something watching back. Some say that as spiritual awakening unfolds, the eyes become a portal not just for seeing outward, but for perceiving the truth beneath reality. It's why certain people seem mesmerized when they look at you. Why children and animals might stare at you longer than usual. Why even strangers sometimes seem momentarily lost in thought when they meet your gaze. And then there are the synchronicities. Numbers appearing over and over again. A sudden shift in the way light hits your eyes, almost as if the world is responding to your awareness. Shadows and reflections that flicker just beyond the edge of your vision. The more you pay attention, the more frequent these moments become. Spiritual traditions speak of a time when the eyes begin to see beyond the physical, when the veil between this world and the unseen begins to lift. You might not have expected it to start this way, but here you are. Your eyes aren't just looking anymore, they're knowing. And then, something even more powerful happens. You realize that your own gaze is having an effect on others. Some people feel comforted just by looking at you, as if your presence alone eases something within them. Others avoid eye contact entirely, shifting uncomfortably, breaking conversation early. They can feel what's behind your eyes. And deep down, you know this is just the beginning. This is not random. Your perception is evolving. Your inner vision is beginning to activate. And here's the part, no one talks about. Your eyes don't just receive information, they transmit it. You may start noticing that your gaze alone can evoke emotions in others. Some may feel comforted, healed, understood. Others may feel uneasy, as if they can't hide from what you see. Because you are seeing more than just faces and expressions. You're seeing truth. And this is just the beginning. At first, it feels subtle, almost imperceptible, but then you start to notice. Light interacts with your eyes differently. It's as if your pupils adjust faster, your vision sharpens in ways that don't quite make sense. Some moments, it even seems like your eyes hold more light than before, glowing in a way you never noticed. And then there's the energy shift. People respond to you differently. You lock eyes with someone, and for a split second, there's an unspoken connection, like a silent conversation happening between souls. They either lean in, drawn to something in you they can't explain, or they pull away, as if your gaze sees too much. This isn't about your physical appearance. It's about the frequency behind your eyes. When spiritual awakening begins, your eyes become more than just an organ of sight. They turn into windows of truth, reflecting not just the physical world, but the unseen layers of existence. Have you noticed how some people can't hold eye contact with you for long? It's not because they're shy, it's because they feel exposed. As if your gaze bypasses the mask they wear and goes straight to their soul. And it's not just people. Animals react differently too. Cats may stare at you, unblinking, as if they recognize something in you that others don't. Dogs become calmer in your presence, sensing an energy shift. Even birds, butterflies, or other creatures seem to linger around you, drawn by something unseen. But the biggest sign? The way you are starting to see the world differently. You begin to pick up on details you once overlooked, the micro-expressions people make when they lie, the energy of a room before anyone even speaks, the subtle shifts in body language that reveal more than words ever could. It's not paranoia, it's perception expanding. Your spiritual sight is opening, and as it does, you start to experience a new reality, one where truth is no longer something hidden. It's something you see, feel, and understand in a way you never have before. And it all begins with your eyes. This change in your eyes isn't random, it's a direct manifestation of your awakening. As your spirit ascends to a higher frequency, your perception shifts. The veil between the seen and unseen worlds begins to thin, and your eyes, being the gateways of the soul, reflect this transition. You may have noticed something unusual. People either feel deeply drawn to you or seem uncomfortable around you. Some will meet your gaze and feel safe, as if they've been seen for the first time. Others, however, will avoid eye contact at all costs, as if your presence is too intense because, in truth, it is. This is because your eyes no longer just look, they see. They perceive truth beneath the surface, detecting deception, falsehood, and hidden pain. You may not even realize it at first, but your spirit is picking up on things your conscious mind hasn't fully processed. And this ability isn't just about people. Have you found yourself noticing patterns and synchronicities more often? Do numbers, symbols, or even simple everyday occurrences seem to carry hidden messages just for you? That's because they do. Your eyes are aligning with a deeper universal rhythm, tuning into signs and guidance that were always there, but you weren't ready to see them before. Now, you are. And this shift doesn't just change what you see, it changes how others see you. Some may feel an inexplicable pull toward you, sensing your newfound awareness. They may open up to you in ways they wouldn't with others, feeling your presence as a form of healing. But others? They might feel challenged, even threatened. Because when your eyes hold truth, those who live in deception can't hide from it. You might notice that certain people, especially those with ill intentions, become uneasy in your presence. They might shift uncomfortably, avoid your gaze, or even lash out without clear reason. This is because your energy reveals. It disrupts falsehood, brings darkness into light, and forces others to confront parts of themselves they've spent a lifetime avoiding. And your eyes? They're no longer just eyes. But here's the most profound shift tone that signals you are stepping into an entirely new level of spiritual awareness. Your eyes are no longer just reflecting light. They are holding it. People have started noticing. Maybe they've even mentioned it to you. Your eyes seem different, they say, or there's something about your gaze, it's deeper. It's not just in their imagination. Something within you is shining through, something unmistakable. Your eyes may appear brighter, more alive, as if they're carrying an inner glow. Some might describe them as piercing, not in an intimidating way, but in a way that makes people feel seen, truly seen. This isn't just about physical changes, it's about spiritual radiance. The reason your eyes feel different is because they are no longer just windows to your soul, they've become portals of divine energy. And the most incredible part? Others can feel it. Some will be drawn to you in ways they can't explain. They'll find themselves opening up to you, seeking your presence, feeling comforted by your gaze alone. Without saying a word, your eyes will begin to heal, to reassure, to awaken. But not everyone will react this way. Some will feel uneasy, as if looking into your eyes forces them to confront something they'd rather keep hidden, and in truth it does. Because when you carry this kind of light, it doesn't just illuminate, it reveals. You may notice certain people struggling to hold your gaze, turning away as if avoiding something uncomfortable. You might even find that in moments of conflict, your silent presence is enough to disarm deception. Why? Because falsehood can't survive in the presence of truth. And make no mistake, your eyes are truth now. They carry wisdom, knowing, and something far beyond what most people can comprehend. But here's the question: why is this happening to you now? What is the reason for this transformation? It's simple. You are being called. Called to step into a higher awareness, to embrace your role in something much greater. The shifts in your eyes are not just signs, they are invitations. And the real question is, are you ready to answer? Because this shift in your eyes is not random. It's not just a strange coincidence or a temporary phase. It is a confirmation, a sign that your spiritual awakening has reached a point of no return. This transformation isn't happening to everyone. It's happening to you because your soul is being prepared for something greater. Your vision, both physical and spiritual, is evolving. You're no longer seeing the world the way you once did. The illusions, the deceptions, the distractions that once held power over you are fading away. What's left is clarity, a deeper understanding, and a heightened awareness that others around you may not even recognize yet. And this brings us to one of the most powerful aspects of your awakening. Your eyes are no longer just seeing, they are knowing. You can look at a person and sense what they're not saying. You can walk into a room and feel the energy before a single word is spoken. Your intuition has sharpened to the point where your eyes perceive beyond the surface. You may notice that you're picking up on details you never did before: the micro-expressions in people's faces, the subtle shifts in their energy, the unspoken truths hidden behind their words. It's not something you're forcing yourself to do. It just happens. And sometimes it's overwhelming. You might find yourself needing more solitude than usual, more quiet moments to process the intensity of what you're experiencing. You might feel exhausted after being around crowds because your eyes are absorbing so much more than ever before. This is all part of your evolution. But here's something even more fascinating. Not only are you noticing these changes, but the world is reacting to them too. Some people will be drawn to your eyes like moths to a flame, feeling a strange, unexplainable connection to you. They may open up to you instantly, revealing their secrets, seeking comfort without even knowing why. Others, however, will avoid your gaze completely. They'll look away, shift uncomfortably, or even try to dismiss what they're feeling. Because looking into your eyes forces them to confront something deep inside themselves, something they may not be ready to face. And here's where it gets even more mysterious. Animals, children, and even strangers may begin reacting differently to you. A stray dog that usually avoids people may approach you with curiosity. A child may stare at you, as if recognizing something in you that others can't see. Even people who don't know you may do a double take when they pass you on the street. Why? Because your energy has shifted. Your eyes are carrying something divine, something that reaches beyond the physical world. And the more you embrace this transformation, the more powerful it becomes. So now, the question is, what will you do with this gift? Because now that you're aware of this transformation, have a choice. You can ignore it, brush it off as just another phase, and continue moving through life as if nothing has changed. Or you can embrace it. You can step fully into this awakening and allow your heightened perception to guide you. You can trust that your vision is evolving for a reason, that this isn't just about seeing differently, but about living differently. Because the truth is, once your eyes begin to change, so does everything else. The way you interact with people shifts. Conversations feel deeper, more intentional. Superficial small talk becomes unbearable. You crave meaning in relationships, in your purpose, in everything you do. Your priorities begin to shift. What once seemed important, status, approval, material success, no longer holds the same weight. You find yourself drawn to the deeper things, the things that nourish your soul. And most importantly, you start to recognize that this change was never random. It was always meant to happen. You were always meant to see beyond the veil. So now, the only question left is, are you ready to step into what's next? If you've felt these signs, if your eyes have been changing in ways you can't quite explain, know this. You are being called to something greater. This is not the end of your journey. This is only the beginning.